is relevant in your home. So, keeping them out of landfills, avoiding that carbon footprint that most corporations are facing today, trying to do things responsibly and doing things right. Another thing is, we want our customers to live more sustainable themselves. So encouraging them to bring in smart home products that are going to save them money, that are going to make life easier. We've earned the 2021 Energy Star Partner of the Year for thermostats. We've now taken enough energy off the grid to take Los Angeles off the grid for an entire year. So that's how much energy we have saved now since our inception. So pretty incredible, I think. And this is really what people know us for today is the energy savings, the sensors. So our wireless sensors using occupancy, using motion. We can detect when people are home. We can keep them more comfortable while they are home. When they're not home, we'll put the system into a setback and we'll save them money. We are agnostic when it comes to the software that our customers use. So we don't want our customers to have to pick or choose one platform over another. We will integrate with just about any of those mainstream smart home platforms that are out there today, whether it's Amazon, Google, Apple, Control4, Savant, right? Like all the big players out there, Alarm.com now being one of our newer integrations that we're really excited about. Voice control as well. So we are putting integrated voice control into most of our new products. And that is so important because we just see this as a growing trend. You can talk something like 6 times faster than you can type. So we find that from a convenience standpoint, people are adopting this technology more and more. So we're building it into our products direct. And then with professionals, most importantly for our team, we are the pro team within Ecobee. We're really focused on offering that top quality training, earning that consumer trust, building reliable products that won't cause problems for our customers. So that's what it's all about for us. And don't take our word for it. You can see here on the screen, we've won quite a few accolades here the last couple of years, whether it's Digital Trends, Tom's Guide, which I know is one that a lot of people follow, CNET, like I mentioned, Energy Star Partner of the Year. So with that, I wanted to talk a little bit as well, not to make this too salesy or too much market information. We will get a little more technical here, I promise. But wanted to talk about the why. Why are we getting into this new space, and why are we getting away from thermostats a little bit more and more? It's because connected devices are more popular now than they ever have been. So if you think about the market today, 92% of consumers report that they have at least 2 smart home devices in the house. So that's pretty significant. Anything connected, whether it's truly a smart device, whether it's just on Wi-Fi, there is a difference there between smart and connected. But the point is, most households in America have these devices now. And what's even more eye-opening, I think, is that nearly half of them have 6 or more devices today. So this this market, the smart home, business has just boomed, and it's grown so much just in the last few years. Pretty incredible. So that's one reason why we're focused on this new technology, these new areas of growth for us. Another thing is feedback from the customers show that they're looking for one integrated system that just does more. So when you think about the complexity of the smart home, nothing is easy today. We've all experienced this, I'm sure. You've got to go onto your Ring app for the doorbell. You've got to go to your Ecobee app for the thermostat. You've got to go to your Nest app for the camera, right? It's very difficult to get all of these top quality products together in one place. So we are really focused on trying to build out our own ecosystem and try to expand that portfolio and offer new products and new services that are going to keep our customers happy. Nearly half of them will tell you that they want a fully automated home. Some of them are concerned with monitoring when they're not there. Some of them just want that peace of mind, that control, right? So these are 3 very important areas that Ecobee is looking at closely. So with that, talk a little bit about beyond thermostats. So beyond home comfort. So we've always focused on home comfort, on thermostats in the past. Our products are well known. we've really set the benchmark with smart thermostats, and now we're going to talk a little bit about our cameras and about some of our new sensors that we've got. Jackson Systems is carrying these now. I also probably should have mentioned at the beginning, we do have a promotion that is running this month, so encourage you to check with your Jackson Systems sales rep and get some more information there. So this is the whole platform now, our whole ecosystem basically. So from left to right, you've got the smart thermostat with voice control. A lot of people already have this in their home. You've got that Alexa built in.
Sorry, I'm not connected to a Wi-Fi network. Please check your connection.
Love it when that happens. I'll try to avoid the A word. So the smart thermostat, you got that voice control built in. It's got that occupancy built in, right? You've got our new smart sensors for doors and windows. So these are contact sensors that will double now as motion. So it's got a motion sensor built in, completely wireless like our other sensors that we've come out with in the past. So they use a lithium-ion battery. It's going to last typically a few years. You can put this on your doors, your windows, even if you want to keep an eye on the cabinet. You don't want kids getting into a certain cabinet, the liquor cabinet, into snacks, whatever. You can use these a lot of creative ways. And then in the center are smart sensors. So these are our room sensors that a lot of people have and know already. So these are looking for occupancy through an infrared and motion read. And now you've got the smart camera with voice control, which will just add that set of eyes in the home. So when you're not there, if you just want to be able to see what's going on, as well as use those sensors to detect occupancy, great. If you just want the thermostat with sensors to detect occupancy, that is totally fine too. You don't have to have the camera, but we hope you love the camera, and we hope to sell a lot of cameras here through Jackson. So take a little bit deeper dive into the features. So with the new smart camera, you've got a best-in-class 1080p HD 180-degree field of view, auto pan and zoom. So we have a feature called autopilot that does a few different things, but what people really like about the auto pan is when you're not there and it picks up activity, the camera will just automatically zoom and pan around the home to keep the subject in the frame. So it doesn't mean that the lens on the camera is actually moving or the camera itself is rotating or anything like that. It's just using that powerful 1080p quality and being able to sort of follow or use automation to follow that subject around. These are really easy to install. You've got a dual mount stand, so you can put the stand on the back, which you can kind of see here. This one's like mounted. If it were to be mounted onto a wall, you've got that connection point on the back. You can also put it on the bottom. So just like our sensors that people use today, you can just also set it in on a dresser, on a bookshelf, and it just plugs in. So these work off like a standard 120 outlet, and there's no complicated wiring or anything like that. So pretty simple plug and play type solution there. You've got the two-way talk feature. So with that smart speaker built in, you can also use your mobile device to communicate. Whether you're using this, at home to talk to the kids. If, God forbid, you got someone in your house you don't want there, you can go on there and you can tell them, hey, we don't want you there, right? Communicate that way. You even have the ability to sound an alarm. So you can use that smart speaker that's built in to set off an alarm if someone's in the house and you want to send that message, hey, get out of there. I know you're there. Autopilot also is going to be able to automatically disable the camera. So from a privacy standpoint, we take privacy very serious. And with privacy, you don't want anyone potentially getting into that account. You hear a lot of nightmare stories about indoor cameras with children and stuff. Autopilot will detect any mobile device that is linked to the account, and it will disable based on your geofence or based on your Wi-Fi connection in the home. So just turn that camera lens off when you're there for that extra peace of mind that no one's no one can see what's happening, no one's potentially watching. We also have a window mode with a night vision option, so you can use this to peer outside through a window. So these aren't designed to go outdoors. It is strictly an indoor camera. But if you wanted to put this at a front door, through the window when you're gone, just to kind of keep an eye on the front of the house. That's an option as well. Window mode just kind of reduces that glare that you would see. And night vision will work, in complete darkness, works like a charm. So automatically switches from day to night. Also, in talking with privacy in mind, on-device processing is another thing that we've integrated into the camera here. So this is going to enhance your privacy. It'll save some bandwidth. On-device processing just means that everything is encrypted before it's backed up to the cloud. That's what that means. And you've got a 30-day video cloud storage as well, optional. Some of these features we're talking about will require one level of our subscription service. So you can check that out on our website. Some of these features out of the box will work. Some of them, if you want it to be more automated, you're going to have to sign up for one of our monitoring solutions. So Alexa built in, Apple HomeKit. I keep doing that. I didn't realize both of them were going here. So you've got Apple HomeKit built right in. So if you wanted to use this as HomeKit, you've got that Bluetooth connection as well. So if you want to pair this to other speakers in the house, maybe you want to use this with your nicer sounding Sonos or your Bose system, you can use that Bluetooth and you can have the camera just wirelessly control those speakers. We got a question, Tyler? Yeah.
Yeah, so Ray, you might be covering this in a little bit. Ray had a quick question. He said, how is the quality of the camera footage and how clear is the audio? So it's a two-part question. Then can it be downloaded to a USB or flash drive so you can view it or give it to law enforcement?
Good question on the download. So I don't believe this is downloadable at all. This is all going to be backed up through your account to the Ecobee cloud. As far as the quality of the picture, so 1080p HD, you can see for yourself, I'll show you on the next screen here. That might help show an example, but I'd say it's best in class as far as the quality of the view in the picture. And from a sound standpoint, these are using the same technology. It's a digital microphone, just like what your current smart speakers that are on the market are using. So it's going to pick up those very, very distinct sounds in the home. So very, very accurate digital mic as well, I would say. Hopefully that helps answer. Was there another question, Tyler? I'll get clarification on that if there's any sort of option. I think it's only going to be recorded, through us. So I'm not sure how we would potentially share that with authorities. That it just hasn't come up yet. So it's a great question. Appreciate the questions, guys. Keep them coming. When you think about the activity monitoring that I talked about, so our autopilot feature is just going to follow that subject throughout the home, and this will disable by default when the family's home. You can just go into your app and turn the camera on anytime. But we're trying to highlight that we really built a lot of value into this camera. So for under $100, it's pretty impressive what it does, considering you've got a smart speaker built in, you've got motion detection, you've got the ability to control other devices through Bluetooth, all in one package here. If I just click play here, you can see. So this is an example. If you're in like an armed mode and the camera's picking up that activity, this is really intended for when you're not home. It will automatically pan, it'll zoom in, it'll kind of keep tabs on where that occupancy is being picked up in the home. And it'll back all of this up for you. So you can always go back, up to 30 days later and watch this footage. So pretty cool how that works. The other thing we wanted to talk about tonight is our smart sensor for doors and windows. So this is a new sensor that we came out with last year. Does a couple things. I think it's pretty cool. It's wirelessly going to pair to any thermostat or camera. So when you think about the hub of the system, we don't have a keypad. We don't have a hub. We've eliminated that need for additional hardware. We're using the thermostat or the camera as the hub now, right? So quad-core processors in these, they're able to support these extra sensors, these other devices. So the sensor is wireless, battery operated. It will ping either the thermostat or the camera when a door or window opens. It will also pick up motion. So they seamlessly integrate. You know, there's no screw or anything. It's just got a self-adhesive. You stick it up there. There's even a little green light that comes on to assure that you've got the positioning right. So it'll kind of flash that light when it's in the right contact position. You've got, you know, that motion sensor, not quite as accurate as our room sensors because there is no infrared, but there is motion built into these, up to about 3-year battery life, up to 60 feet from the thermostat or from the camera. We call these devices our hero devices. So this is going to act as your hub. This is going to act as your hub. It can support up to 32 of these sensors, right? There is no need to have that keypad. There's no need to have that extra smoke detector. You've got the smart speaker built right in, right? So professionals can really add some value here for the homeowner without the extra equipment and the extra labor to install all this stuff. That's really the market we're going after, is because you've got the thermostat already on the wall in many cases. You've got that hub already in the home. So this should be a really easy upsell. You can say, hey, do you want a set of eyes now? Do you want to know every time someone comes and goes from the back door or the front door? If you want to put those sensors on every single window in the home, you can do that. Probably not necessary. Most people are going to want to know their main point of entry, main point of exit, just to kind of keep tabs on the family, or, you know, in an away mode when you're not there, just kind of gives you that peace of mind, alerts you if something's wrong, right? So we know our HVAC professionals are already accustomed to sort of recommending and installing smart thermostats and explaining to the customer how they work and how our sensors work and everything. So we hope that maybe this is something that they're going to find interesting, and something that we hope you know, we can find some adoption with as far as an upsell opportunity. So, question? No? Okay, sorry. So this is a little bit of an eye chart here. I just took some screenshots just to show off how these smart alerts and notifications work. So any mobile device, Apple, Android, like all of our products, you've got the ability to just go ahead, download the Ecobee app, and depending on the level of monitoring software that you purchase, you've got some different features built in here. So you can see here, for example, on my iPad, let's say I want to go into an armed mode, turn that monitoring on. This will happen automatically if the iPad or the phone leaves your geofence or disconnects from your Wi-Fi. So every time you leave, you know, out through the garage, your phone gets out of range from the house, maybe a few hundred feet, it's going to automatically arm the system. You don't have to think about it, right? That's what's nice about this. No hub, no keypad, no countdown, any of that stuff anymore. No code, no stressful coming home, get the code in within 60 seconds or the alarm goes off, right? We've all dealt with that. This is just going to seamlessly do that as you come and go all by itself. And you've got those alerts now. So you've got, you know, like auto arm, auto disarm, notifications that are going to push to your phone. It's going to pop up there. You're going to see that activity, you know, everything that's going on minute by minute. You've got that 2-minute video storage up to 30 days. So everything will be backed up. So you can go back and kind of see what you missed when you weren't there. You've got that autopilot feature that will disable the camera automatically when you come home, and will enable it when you leave. And then you've got that whole log of activity. So it's gonna log everything for 30 days, everything that you missed, any occupancy, any movement, any contact sensors that are breached. It will completely store all of that information onto your smart device. And the coolest thing is, the way we've really got it designed today is this is more or less self-monitoring. So if someone comes into the house when you're in that arm mode, let's say you're out of town for the weekend, someone comes in the back door, that contact sensor opens, you're going to see that alert will pop up pretty quickly on your mobile device. It's going to tell you, hey, someone might be in the home, right? You can go in and you can disarm it if you'd like. You can automatically, you know, contact Ecobee now. So we'll have some more features coming out soon where maybe people want, you know, that extra peace of mind with like a professional type service. That's something that we're working on as well. So today really intended for self-monitoring for those people that don't want or need the complicated contract through through some of the main providers out there today. Maybe they don't want to spend $40, right? $40 a month, $50 a month. It's kind of the going rate. You can save yourself a lot of money. You can already, use that existing hardware that's in the house, and you can have your own nice self-monitoring solution with our platform here. So, and this is how the participation works. So with HVAC, we call participations when the sensors are enabled or disabled for input to the thermostat. So if you want to use those sensors as temperature input, in certain areas of the home, you can manually disable those sensors. You can say, I just want the sensor on my nightstand to detect occupancy or temperature, ignore the other sensors, ignore the temperature read at the thermostat. Same concept here with monitoring. So you can go in your armed away mode, and you can say, okay, when I'm away, I want to use all these devices, right? Maybe there's one sensor I don't want to use. But for the most part, when you're not home, you want all those devices working together. So our software brings all of the hardware devices onto one platform. Just they communicate together to keep an eye on things when you're not there. And on the right side, you've got that arm stay mode. So when you go to bed at night, maybe you only want to use the contact sensors on the front door and the back door. Maybe you've got a sensor in the basement. No one's typically in the basement. So when you're home sleeping, you want to know if someone comes in through the basement or one of the doors, but you don't want to use all those other sensors to detect occupancy, right? Yes, question, Tyler?
Yeah, so we have a question from James. So he's asking, so you said that it's self-monitored. Is there a professional monitor option? Can I have this call the police?
Yeah, so I would tell you, coming real soon. It's something we're working on. So as it stands today, it's really, yeah, I'm sorry. So the question was, got to remember that, is there a professional monitoring option? Is it just self-monitoring? And the answer is today, yes, it is designed for just a self-monitoring type solution. But just wait here. Coming soon, we will have some more options for sort of what James is looking for. Yeah. Any others? Okay, perfect. So the other cool thing is, with all of our devices, like I mentioned at the beginning, we have the ability to push those firmware updates and continue to keep them relevant and add new features that our customers are looking for. So with monitoring, we have done that now where we have a smoke detection feature built right into to the thermostat or to the camera, and I'll explain that in a minute. We have a feature now we call pause when open. So pause when open is going to use the contact sensors. So when this sensor opens or closes, now this is telling not only the camera, hey, from a security standpoint, maybe someone's there, we need to notify you, but it's also going to ping the thermostat so that contact sensor can tell the thermostat now, okay, the air's running, back door has been open for 5 minutes. So after 5 minutes, we'll pause the HVAC system. So from an energy conservation standpoint, this is something else that's really important to us. You want to use those sensors to do more. So not only from a security standpoint will they work to tell you when someone's coming or going, they're also going to communicate with the HVAC system to disable the system so you're not just blowing that cold air right out the back door, right? You're saving a few bucks that way. With baby mode using our camera, there's a feature in the software you can enable a baby mode now, which I think is pretty cool. You can use that camera with the voice control using the smart speaker to play music. You can use that two-way communication and a lot of different things you can use here. And then with our smart speakers, we have Siri now available. So this is something that's pretty new as well that we're really excited about. So we've partnered with Amazon, we've partnered with Apple now as well. So you can essentially choose between Siri or Alexa in the device. So you have that voice control integrated right into these devices. With the Siri feature, it requires a separate HomeKit or HomeKit Mini. I'm sorry, not HomeKit, HomePod or HomePod Mini would be required to use that feature. But works just like the Amazon where you just talk right to the thermostat to Siri instead of Alexa. So pretty cool. Smoke alarm detection. So I explained this a little bit. How does it work? So it's going to detect certain sounds, certain tones. So it's looking for those traditional alarm tones. So your kitty smoke detectors, your carbon monoxide detectors that are out there that are in the home. Using that digital microphone, you can pick up these sound waves now, and we can alert the user that there may be a problem. And what it does is it actually records a 10-second sound bite. So it'll send that sound bite to the owner, to the consumer. So it gives them the ability to kind of listen real quick, see if it sounds like there is legitimately an alarm going off. Maybe it's just the kids at home playing around with an annoying toy or something. It's nothing to worry about. So no false alarms that way. No having the authorities show up at your door when maybe there's not really an issue. That's kind of the whole point with this. Utilizing those existing devices just to do more. Notifications will be sent to all the home members as well. So anyone using the same Ecobee account, you get that push notification sent to your phone with the soundbite. And this does require one of our voice-enabled devices, and it will require a software monitoring subscription to enable this feature. And then with Baby Monitor, talked a little bit about that. From a privacy standpoint, we find that the camera works well for this. This is a problem a lot of people have is they've got an infant at home. They want to buy a baby monitor, but they're expensive. A lot of times they're a little bit outdated. The user interface is kind of clunky. So a lot of people want to be able to use their iPhone or any mobile device for that matter to communicate with the baby. So this is a nice, this fills a nice need there. With on-device processing, you don't have to worry about someone potentially breaking in, hacking your account, doing something that they shouldn't be doing that we hear stories about. You've got two-factor authentication, so no one's going to be able to log in without getting a text message sent to your phone. So if someone does try to log in, you get that text message, you would have to approve that. So we've taken that security an extra step to make sure that it's very difficult for anyone to access your account. This allows you as well with the baby monitor feature, you can set a perimeter around just the crib. So if you want to just monitor that activity for the baby when they're sleeping, but you don't want to pick up any other motion in the room, like when mom comes in at night to check on them or something, that perimeter setting comes in hand, can work really nicely for you. Night vision as well, so using that night vision mode to see when there's no light in the room. And from a reliability standpoint, using Wi-Fi, no radio frequency, no range limitations, no interference, that sort of thing. Question, Tyler, please.
Yeah, a couple questions. One from Casey. She asked, can I give access to someone else than my parents to be able to watch the camera if they're watching the kid?
Yeah, so the question was, so if my parents are babysitting maybe and I want to give them the access to watch the camera, is that possible? So yes, all you would have to do is, if you have an iPad at home, it could be as simple as just giving them that device that's already set up. But if you wanted to invite them as a user on your account, you can have multiple users per home. So you could send your mom or dad an invite to create their own Ecobee account and then give them access to those devices so they could see the same camera feed that you see, yes. Another question?
Yeah, this is a little off topic. We might cover it later. It says you used to have a smart light switch on your website. Do you still make that?
Yeah, so great question. The question was, do we still have the smart light switch? I believe we still are selling them online. We're not manufacturing them any longer, though. Last year, we had some lighting products sort of in the pipeline that sort of got put on pause. We may eventually be bringing that back. I hope we do, but not today. One more?
Yeah, we got a question from Jackson. He asked, sorry if this has already been asked or answered, but would the home monitoring security system be on a monthly subscription?
Question was, will the home monitoring software be a monthly based subscription? And yeah, the answer is today it's called Haven. You can go online, you can learn about it. There are a few different levels that you can purchase, but it will be a recurring monthly subscription. So it starts at $5, depending on how many devices. If you have more than one camera, for example, it's going to be more. But yes, it would be charged on a monthly basis. Yes. All right, I'm assuming I'm good to move on. Perfect. So pause when open, I touched on this as well. This is something we're excited about. So, you think about reducing energy usage. you can automatically use these sensors to communicate with the thermostat and pause the HVAC system. So if the back door opens, you put these on windows, one of the windows opens, it's going to wait 5 minutes like we always do. So with our room sensors, we'll wait 5 minutes to communicate anything as well, just to prevent any sort of short cycling, any potential damage to the system. So after 5 minutes, it will notify the user. So they'll get a push notification right here on the phone. I'll say, hey, did you know, it's 90 degrees outside, your back door is open and you're running the air. Do you want to override it and continue running it? You can. Or would you rather, disable it until that door closes? So it'll automatically pick back up when the door or the window closes. But what's nice is, everything we do is using truly smart devices. So machine learning, artificial intelligence. This is at its core, what we're trying to do in the market is have these things happen just, very thoughtfully without having to really think about it as a user. So the system will automatically do these things as you come and go, as you open the door, as you close the door. You don't have to go on your phone constantly to make all these changes. The whole point of this is to just make life a little bit easier and save a little bit of money, right? So that's our pause when open feature. You think about vacation properties, landlords, people that have a cabin maybe. This is a perfect use case. Tenants come in for the week, someone rents the place, they leave the patio door open, crank the AC, they're not paying the bill, they don't care, right? Perfect opportunity there. And then obviously, with our pros out there, we focus heavily on the pro channel. We love doing trainings. We love that support line. Like we've built a world-class customer support line, over 100 associates that are answering the phone every day. I think it's 8 a.m. to midnight during the week. And then the call center's up until about 9 p.m. on the weekends as well. You've got that warranty. So on the pro-specific products, you've got that 5-year warranty. You've got the support of our team out in the field, right? There's quite a few of us now spread out across the U.S. And you've got those pro-specific programs. So like tonight, supporting Jackson Systems, doing what we do here tonight, get all of these things on the pro side of the business. Do you have a question, Tyler?
Yeah, a couple questions are coming in.
Yeah.
So stepping back a bit, this one's from William. William asks, are the batteries replaceable on the wireless products?
Yeah, so I'm assuming he's talking about the sensors. Yeah, so any of our sensors, it's a very standard lithium-ion battery, just typically a couple bucks. You could buy pretty much anywhere, and they are replaceable. And what's nice is we'll notify you when the battery gets low, or if the battery has stopped, if the sensor has stopped communicating because it's dead. We'll always notify you as the user and give you the opportunity to change that battery out before it completely dies. But yes, all of our wireless sensors are replaceable. We don't put batteries in the thermostats or in the cameras. So with the thermostats, you've got to have that common wire. It's got to be hardwired. If you don't, we give you the power extender kit in the box with every thermostat model. And then we, with the cameras as well. So this is just going to be a standard plug-in camera, no batteries in there. So, is there another one, Tyler?
Yeah. So this is from Nick. He's asking, with the door sensor, can it work with the thermostat without a subscription?
So Nick's asking, with the door sensor, will it work? Will it communicate with the thermostat without a subscription? So the answer is, it will still work from a monitoring standpoint on your phone, where you can see if that contact sensor is open or closed. The difference is, without the monitoring subscription, it won't automate that activity. So hopefully that helps. So the difference is, you can always see it on your mobile device, but if you want to automatically take action on it, like pause the HVAC system, it will require a subscription, yes. Another question? Or? Okay, perfect. So back to our pros. Guys, we love our trainings. We love our pros out there. I just want you to know that most Americans are using technology today to make their lives easier. They're spending more money than ever on their homes. And the home isn't just a home anymore, right? And given the pandemic and everything now, it's a gym, it's an office. It's a lot of different things now, and it's getting more complicated. And people are looking to technology to help that. 80% are using technology today. We know they need help. We know they rely on the pros for advice. They trust their pro, right? We want you to act as that trusted source out there. Over half of Americans are scared to do their own DIY connected products. So when you talk about trying to install a smart thermostat, more than half of them are looking for that solution from a contractor, and they're not always comfortable doing it on their own. So a couple things that we just like to bring to light with our software trial. So today you can go online, you can do a free trial. If you do buy these devices through a pro, so it doesn't matter which of these devices behind me, if you get them through Jackson Systems, we have a program in place where you can offer that consumer 6 months. So for that monitoring software, all you got to do is buy it through an HVAC distributor like Jackson. You contact us, contact your local RSM, your inside sales rep. We get you a code, and then we'll walk you through when you go in, set up your app. You can download the Ecobee app on your mobile device, and you either go through the app or online, and you enter that code, and it unlocks a 6-month free trial to the subscription. So this is about a $50 value. I'm sorry, $30 value standard. Could be more if they have multiple devices, but at least 30 bucks, in the form of a free trial is something that you'll be able to offer your customers. That we want you to just try it out. Why not try it, right? It's free. And then finally, again, don't take our word for it here, guys. We've gotten some rave reviews already on the monitoring platform. You think about the fact that we just don't require a hub or any sort of gateway. There's no smoke alarm. There's smoke detector, I should say. There's no false alarms. There's no countdowns. We've taken a lot of that complication out, and we're just using our devices to do more and more. So whether you just want to use your existing thermostat and add some contact sensors, some occupancy sensors, and just start to build out that monitoring platform, keep it very simple, you can do that. If you want to add a camera as an extra set of eyes, you can do that as well. Up to 32 sensors, whether it's the room sensors or the smart sensors for doors and windows, you can have up to 32 paired per device. So you can really customize your perimeter. So you think about security, this gives you the flexibility to completely build out that security perimeter however you want, and to control it by any of those major platforms I mentioned earlier, right? So being agnostic when it comes to software and being flexible when it comes to hardware, it's what we're all about. Read up on it. I encourage you to go online, Google Ecobee, check out Ecobee Haven, check out our new home monitoring platform. We've got a lot of new devices and exciting services coming in the near future. So really appreciate the time tonight. And I think we had a question, Tyler?
Yeah, this one's from Megan. She's asking, so you mentioned the price changes potentially per device. Is there like an additional charge for extra sensors, extra cameras, thermostats? How does that break down?
Yeah, so the question was, how does the price change with more devices? So essentially, we keep it very simple. If you have one camera, it doesn't matter how many thermostats, you can have up to 16 devices on an account at no cost. If you get above that, we recommend you use our Smart Buildings commercial platform. But if you just have one camera, it's going to be $5 per month. If you have more than one camera, it's going to be $10. Reason being, it's more surveillance, it's more footage that we are recording and backing up to our cloud. And it's just, adding that second camera adds that extra cost for us. So it's one camera, $5, more than one camera, $10 per month. It doesn't matter about how many sensors or thermostats or anything like that. Any other questions? All right, well, guys, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Please let us know the feedback. This is the first home monitoring formal presentation I've done. So hopefully you enjoyed it. And again, we'll be giving out some of these products to one lucky winner, give you a nice smart home monitoring starter kit here. So hope you enjoyed it, and wish everyone a great night. Thank you.